Hey then, welcome on back. As always, I'm Carl with Turk's Attitude, absent-minded professor of knives and all things sharp. Pull up a chair, sit on the floor, get your pens and papers out. Class is about to begin. Today, we're looking at a buck. Yes, a buck. A classic, as a matter of fact. Be specific, Buck 112 Ranger. But before we get into the knife, let's get the syllabus work out of the way, shall we? If you're new to the channel, welcome. Here on Fridays, we do primarily knife reviews, occasional review of some camping or survival gear, camping tents, cooking equipment, compasses, flights, that sort of thing. But mainly knives. On Mondays, we do knife basics, which you really need to know. This is aimed more at those who are new to the world of knives, but it does have some information that can be handy to those who've been around for a while. It's basically aimed so that those who are just discovered how neat knives are and starting to collect them can go into a knife show or a store and understand what's being said, and not just sit there going, yeah, what he said. If you've been here for a while, well, welcome back. Glad you made it back. Just got one question for you. Have you subscribed yet? Yes, I know I ask this every week, but it's still the same thing, man. It's such a simple thing to do. You just hit that button right there. Then you hit the bell next to it. You get notified every time I put up a neat new video. Win-win situation. Win for you because you don't miss any of my videos. Win for me because, well, let's be honest. The more subscribers I have, the easier it is to get all these neat new things. But enough of that. Let's get on to the knife. Buck 112, the Ranger. Very much similar to the 110, just kind of shorter, smaller. Why? Well, the story is that during World War II and throughout Korea and into the Vietnam War, every sailor had a Buck 110 on his belt because it was just such a handy knife. Until one night, a couple of sailors got into a fight and they pulled out their Buck 110s. Captain got pissed, decided that he was going to put an end to that, but he couldn't exactly ban his sailors from carrying knives. Too many things they needed the knives for. So instead, he went ahead and banned any knife with a blade larger than a certain size, which included the Buck 110 with its 3 3/4 inch blade. So what does Buck do? What any good enterprising knife company is going to do. They came out with a 112. Instead of a 3 3/4 inch blade, they came out with a knife that has a 3-inch blade. Other than that, everything is pretty much exactly the same. Same 420 HC stainless steel, same lockback design, same brass bolsters, same ebony hardwood handle, even an almost identical black leather sheath. But it met the limits set by the captain. So the sailors were able to carry this, and they started flocking to it. And the rest, as they say, is history. And it is a gorgeous knife. Feels good in the hand, like just about every buck does. Almost a canoe shape to the handle, which not quite, but close, and it is very, very comfortable. But how well does it go through our standard barrier of tests? Well, let's find out. As always, this is straight out of the box. No touch-up, no nothing. And let's see how it does. Yeah. It's certainly handling paper well. Excellent. Of course, it's a buck. I'd expect it to do that. How about corrugated cardboard? Right through. Cuts beautifully. Yeah, if you've got a box, this thing won't open. I don't really want to meet that box. It's just shredding up the cardboard like nobody's business. Let's see here. Hang packaging test. Standard gold peak tea bottle. Much heavier than other types of plastic bottles. And heavier than most hang packages, but if it can open this, it can open any hang package I know of. Played straight in. Yeah. Did wonderful job on that. Very sweet so far. Let's see here. Paracord. Where's the paracord? No, the paracord's here somewhere. There it is. And there's the end. Through like a hot knife through butter. Still right through without any hesitation. And see how it does with this tiny loop that I can just hold on to. Just get the tip of the knife through. Yeah. Even with that wimpy first slice, it still only took 2. Very nice. Still just exactly what I'd expect from Buck. But it's nice to know that it's still living up to its reputation. Of course, that clip point just makes it nice. Let's see here. Leather. This is getting kind of raggedy and beat up, but still see how it does on cutting this. That's sweet. As a replacement for a Buck 110 folding hunter, this is really living up to everything so far. Let's see here. Zip tie. I won't bore you with going on about the advantages of zip ties. You've heard me expound on them often enough. Let's see how it does on cutting it. Straight through. How about if you wanted to trim it short after applying it to a gun at a gun show? No problem on that. How about chopping it? And see how it does with that. Chopping it right off. Quick, easy. So, now that as long as we've got the wood in our hand, let's go ahead and see how it does on feathering up the wood. Yeah, definitely did a nice job of that. So, let's see my leather glove. There's the glove. So, let's see how it does with batoning. Now, that short of blade, it's probably going to be a little harder. As I keep saying, not something you should be doing with a, folding knife in any case, because that pivot point is going to give away sooner or later. But let's see how it does, shall we? Tell you what, I can feel the tip and that false edge on the clip even through the glove, but nonetheless, toned right through it without any problem. Let's see here. Wow, I see some wood fibers left, but no damage that I can see other than a few shiny spots. They seem like they're polishing out pretty easy. Let's get that paper back out. See how it did pick up any damage, shall we? No. Still cutting paper just beautifully. So there you have it. Beautiful knife, as you'd expect from Buck. Well made. Not a bad price. I mean, minimum advertised on this particular model is $54.99. Considering it's still American made, that's a pretty decent price. And it's a beautiful looking knife as well. Classic style, classic looks. Just definitely everything I've come to expect from Buck and more. But we need to get going here, so I'll wish you luck. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you found a little bit of interest here, even if it's just a story of how Buck came to bring this knife into being back in the 60s. And until the next week, I'll wish you luck. I'll leave you with a couple videos over here that I think you'll enjoy. And of course, you can always hit that target right there to subscribe. Meantime, wish you luck. And remember, if you want to do something, do it with attitude. See ya.